Going live on Facebook also. Then we're going live on LinkedIn. You can re-enable the channel. Confirm. Okay. So so we are up on LinkedIn. We are up on Facebook. We are up on YouTube. Okay. So all right. So I want to greet everyone, especially our guest here, Seena. Seena Khan, thank you for making it today again. This is TMCC virtual training. And Seena was with us when we did the physical training. She joined virtually from Bahrain when the program was going on in Ososo, in Akoko Edo, local government area of Edo State. And she's been a very big contributor to the community at large. Seena Khan, just to reintroduce her, just in case someone is listening who was not here or who did not listen to us last week. She's a senior Power Platform developer with over 12 years experience as a trainer. And we are fortunate to have her spend the next 1 hour with us to take the Nigerian youth on their team's call through this course. And then for as many other people who are on different channels where we are broadcasting to Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and yeah, I'm going to add TikTok to it also so that people can also join us from TikTok. I'm also having this session recorded, and we are going to also upload it to YouTube again and then share the link as well, just so people can track it. So Seena, I truly appreciate your time because I know how much your time worth, and giving this to us for free, it's something that we cannot say thank you enough for this. So I'll be passing the microphone over to you just so you can take us through the training for today. Thank you very much, Seena, and welcome on board again.
Sorry, I was on mute. Thank you. Thank you, Joseph.
All right. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hope all of you are doing well. Last class, we have discussed about PL-900 first few topics. We are going to continue with that topics. And feel free to ask if you have any doubts. And what we have covered on last class, okay, please let me know if you have any doubts or any further clarifications you needed for any of the topics which we covered on the last class.
From my end, I don't think there is any question. There is no doubt from my end. I think it was just a straightforward session we had the last class.
Okay.
But so Seena, from my end, I'm just trying to inquire. I remember that we created environment last week, right? And
yes,
see how to manage environments. So, and I see that you have multiple environments. Do you want to clarify us on why we would need to have multiple environments while developing or while creating applications or anything within the Power Platform interfaces? Why do we need different environments?
Yeah, that is okay. In Power Platform, each environment we can say as a container. Last class also we have discussed these things. It serves as containers which help manage data, applications, flows, and security within an organization. So, which will provide you an isolation and governance for different stages of development, which will ensure a structured access and control. So some main type of environments are when you are going to create an environment, you will get different options also, right? I have shown that in the last class. One is default environment. Default environment, whenever you are getting a license of Power Platform, you will get automatically in a tenant, you will automatically get created. And then based on that, a particular environment also will be generated. So that is default environment. It will be accessible to all the users in that particular organization. and it is okay best for like productivity or basic app creations. Okay, for that purposes we are using the default environment. Now coming into the production environment, okay, we can classify again it as okay production environment, sandbox environment, trial environment, developer environment. Then there is Dataverse for teams. Then there is custom environments. Okay. So firstly, if we'll go for the production environment, normally we are going to use it for the deploying live solutions. Okay. It includes Dataverse for managing business data very securely. Also, it has a stricter governance and access control. Okay, so there normally production environment we are not going to use for development purposes or any testing purposes. So this is completely a production like a development we have done completely, and we have tested it also properly, and it is working properly. So we are just making it in the production environment. That's it. Okay. So second one, the next is sandbox environment. Sandbox environment is ideal for testing and development. This is, for example, like for your study purposes, you want to create a application in Power Platform. Then sandbox environment you can create. So this is for development as well as testing you can do before the production environment. So it will allow data reset and backup also for experimentation. So how can you do the backup of applications, datas and all, flows and all. Okay, so all you can experiment in sandbox environment. So this is often used by developers to refine the applications and the flows. Now next is trial environment. Trial environment also for this is a very temporary environment. 30 days usage only you will get. After 30 days it will automatically get expired. And this is also again if you want to explore some new features or you want to study some advanced features or a kind of like okay from the scratch also if you want to study you can use trial environment, but it is only available for 30 days. Then developer environment completely is for the development purposes. Okay, so personal environment for users within a with a Power Apps developer plan. Okay, so it provides Dataverse and unrestricted development access. So there is no restriction like production environment has. So in developer environment, you can have the fully fledged development capacity and you can do the development there. So it is ideal for building and testing solutions before moving into production. Dataverse for teams. This is specifically designed for teams-based apps and automation. And this is only for team members, okay, to access. Then there are some custom environments. Okay, this is the apart from all this, okay, you have some customized requirements and you have to have some particular regional requirements or compliance you need to satisfy with your environments, and then you can go for the custom environments. So these are the different types of environments. So environments, when you are going to create, you should have to firstly understand this particular environment you are going to use for what purpose. Okay, so based on that only, so that means based on the requirement we can say. So if it is for the study purposes, you can go for sandbox and a trial. If you are going for your organization's fully fledged development environment, so then go and create a development environment for your application. So there you can do development as well as testing as well. Okay, now it's only for production. So you have completely built an application and done the testing successfully. You want to keep your application in a production environment where all the users can access and where the development accessibility is very less. Okay, so then you can create a production environment. Is that clear, Joseph?
Yes, thank you very much, Seena. Thank you.
Okay, so then we can move to our next topic. So we are in the, let me share my screen. So is my screen visible?
It's coming up, you know. Okay,
yes, up
yes,
now.
Okay. So we have covered the last is Explore connectors and Microsoft Dataverse. We have discussed this. So this is the first unit of PL-900 and this is the first one. Okay, the first part. So we are now in this describe the business value of the Microsoft Power Platform, and here now we are going for this particular topic, use artificial intelligence to increase productivity in Power Platform. So artificial intelligence now everywhere AI is there. So it is changing how companies do business, and AI provides organizations with the most important insights about their organization and streamlines how individuals do their work. So here in Power Platform also we are using Microsoft Copilot, okay, to help individuals communicate their needs using natural language with relevant assistance provided in return. In Power Platform, we are using Copilot. You can see in this image. Okay, when we are going to create, this is a Power Apps Studio portal. Okay, this portal we are using for creating or developing a Canvas application. Okay, so here, if you are going for like, okay, some screens, okay, if you doesn't want to import and create and do some programs there, so you doesn't want to do that, and you just go for Copilot and ask Copilot to add a new screen, and Copilot will add a new screen there. So your screen, that means page. Okay, so then you don't need to worry on that. Here, for example, here itself you can see, let's build an app. What should it do? So here also you can provide your comments like, okay, kind of application which we want. Okay, so that you can provide as a statement and let's go. So it will create an application itself. So here, if I'm going to select apps, you can see there are three main options. Start with Copilot, start with data, start with a page design, and start with an app template. So if I'm going for start with Copilot, so this is with the help of AI, how we are going to create an AI app, a Power Platform application. Okay, so here I'm asking AI to so use everyday words to describe the data you want to store, columns, rows to add. Okay, so get started with Copilot. So here describe the tables you want to Copilot to build. So this tables will be generated in Dataverse only. Okay, not in any other data sources. So for example, if you are having some databases already in SharePoint or any other data sources which is externally available, not in the Power Platform. Power Platform only one data sources is there, that is Dataverse. So if you are going to create a table over here, it will be stored in Dataverse only, not in any other external sources. So now here, describe the tables you want Copilot to build. So I'm just asking, okay, customer table. Customer tables having how many columns? So 5 columns or 6 columns, 5 columns, including name, region, sales amount, quantity. Okay. Customer table having 5 columns, including name, region, sales amount, quantity. So let's see what it is generating. Okay, I'm getting entities, customer name, region, sales, amount, quantity. So if you want to add more, you can add more. Otherwise, okay, so good. I will create tables for you. A customer table has been created with the specified columns and sample data. Okay, now here, save and open app. So if you want to make it as it is, okay, you don't need to edit anything. So you can just go and save and open app. So here by my canvas Power Apps portal is opening, and here we are doing if any screens edit, or if you want to, that means the further development of this application you are going to do in this. Okay, so here only. The screen automatically added one screen, you can see, and some dummy data is also available. Okay, and you can see over here. Now, I didn't create anything. You can see how many controls have been added. So I have only asked my Copilot to create some tables, right? So start with an app with a Copilot. So it has been created one table, customer table, and the related app also it has been created. Now, if you want to add a screen or a form or whatever you want to add. So here, for example, there is a suggestion, add an email screen. So if I want to add an email screen, so just click on that and it will. So you can see, so if you want to keep it, you can keep this layout, or if you want more additional, like some changes, so you want to add more details for Copilot to generate, you can give more details on this. So in this way, otherwise, how we are doing in previous, okay, before AI, how we were doing. So we will go to the apps, and there we will get different options to create applications. So then there, we will go there and click on that, and it will redirect to here in this portal. And from here we are going to add new screen. Okay, so manually we will do screens, add screens, that means the pages. So here you can see there are default different templates available. So based on our requirement, we can choose which template we need. So as per that, then after that, okay, so for example, one screen I have added. Now if I want to add multiple controls, for example, like labels, text boxes, forms, rectangle, date picker, button. Okay, so all these things, if you want to add, you just go in the insert option, and from here we can add. Just to click on it. Okay, so here it is, the label added. So this label you can use as a heading for this particular screen also. So you just make it like editable. So here it is, and take the properties of it. So this is the properties tab, and here provide a headline. Okay. And here it is. You can provide a different font size. Okay. So here I have given this, and font type, and here font size. Okay. I have given this, and then make it center, then bold. Okay, and you can provide different color also, like, so here it is. This is the font color. So here it is. Just created this. So this way we need to add. By AI, through AI, how we are adding, just ask the Copilot, okay, in what way we need. Okay, so just give the information to the Copilot, so it will add automatically. That is the difference. So here, when you use Copilot in Power Apps, yeah, here a user working in a Power Apps application might have questions about their data. So for example, here, a real estate user might need to know the number of total properties. So here you can ask that. So whatever related to your Power Apps application built, so you can ask Copilot. So it will help you to create, or it will help you to find, or it will help you to search or filter or look up. Okay, so whatever the Power Effects formulas here, I told you in the last class also, here we are using no code, low code system. So that is okay, Power Effects or advanced formulas of Excel, we can say. So that we are using over here. So you don't need to type also, like, okay, you just ask a Copilot to do, so it will automatically generate that. Now Copilot in Power Automate. So this is application, Power application. Now coming into the Power Automate. Power Automate also there. Okay, you can see Copilot experience there. So if like when someone sends me an email mentioning me, send me a Teams message, if you are just to provide, okay, you didn't create this flow. Okay, you just provide this command to the Copilot based on the command what you have provided. So it will automatically generate some actions. Okay, and the connections also related connections as well. So if you want, you are not going to change anything. So as per this, you are just keeping this. Okay, you can just save and continue this flow. Now coming into the Copilot in Copilot Studio. So this is another, the latest tool or latest feature which added in the Power Apps platform. So that is Copilot Studio. Copilot Studio we are using for building agents, virtual agents, okay, by our own, based on our own requirements. So that is, so there also you can use Copilot. So you just ask to Copilot which kind of agent you are going to create or develop. Okay, so that is also there. This is an example of Power Automate. So if I'm going to create an automated instant cloud flow and just provide here manually trigger flow. So here you can see the Copilot came. So here you can ask, okay, what kind of flow you need to create. So in our scenario, it was when someone sends me an email, okay, it will sends me an email mentioning me, then send me a Teams message. So if you're providing the same command over here, okay, so it will automatically add the actions. So here an approval workflow needed for my leave request. I'm just typing. So if so, specify where you would like to add. Because here already I have given the manually trigger a flow. So that's why it is also it is needed an action for that. Okay. Now coming into the Copilot Studio. Copilot Studio also you can have like, okay, if you are going to, this is the Copilot Studio environment. And here also if you're going for creating an agent. So here, for example, let's create new agent. Yes, Copilot here it is. Okay, if you are not taking the help of Copilot, you can just skip to configure, you can just provide. Okay, and then they will manually, then you have to enter. So here I'm just asking Copilot to create an agent for my daily task or daily, okay, daily task. How about task master? Confirm or suggest another name. Confirm. So what specific actions or behavior should taskmaster perform? So remind my meetings, schedule meetings and schedule meetings. So this is an optional step if you have any publicly accessible website. Okay, if not, we can proceed without them. So no, there is no publicly accessible website I'm not providing here. So Taskmaster is now set up to help. Okay, provide reminders. You can continue exploring Copilot Studio to add more if you have further refinements. Okay, so it is. So now just create. So you can see my Copilot agent Taskmaster is ready, and here is the description. Okay, Taskmaster is an agent designed to help manage daily tasks, provide reminders, and assist with scheduling. It will remind users of their meetings and help schedule new meetings. Then general instructions. Taskmaster should help manage daily tasks, provide reminders, and assist. These are the instructions. And remind meetings and schedule meetings. And here orchestration also, which is enabled. This is for generative AI. Okay, so this is, we are giving the ability to the agent by thinking itself to give answers like, okay, so we are not providing any knowledge sources. So for that. So that's it here. Okay, so we can test it here also. So hello, I am Taskmaster, a virtual assistant. Just so you are aware, I sometimes use AI to answer your questions. Okay, if you want to edit, you can go in the topic section and here you can edit also this particular message. Okay, so these all we will learn detail on the upcoming uh, units. So this is the way AI will help you to generate or develop applications, agents, etc. workflows. Now, any doubt on this? Can we go for the next module, next unit?
Yes, please. Can go for that. It's clear.
Okay. Now explore the business value of Power Effects. Power Effects, this is the language which we are using in Power Platform. So Power Effects is the low-code language which is used throughout Microsoft Power Platform. So it's a general purpose, strong typed, declarative and functional programming language expressed in human-friendly text. So it's very easy to use and it will enable typical end user to learn, understand, work with the Power Effects. So here you can see there is a formula has been given. If 145 equals text, true or false. So into cell I46, so for example, and it displays its value based on the contents of cell I45. So if cell I45 has the word text, the formula displays the word true, and it does not have any text in it, so it will display false in I4. So you can think of the visible property of a UI control in a canvas in a similar way. So this is, you can see here in this screen, if is blank is a property or a function, okay, and property name dot text false, then true. So what does it mean? Like is blank equals false. So here there is if is blank property name dot text. So this is the one which is selected. Okay, so it should be visible. Okay, when what it is happening. If is blank property name text, the particular property or the particular label or whatever that control has been selected has any value, it should show. So it is showing. So for that, this formula we have applied. So here it is explaining by using the expression if is blank property name text false true on a control called asking price. You are evaluating if a control called a property name has any text in it. Okay, if it doesn't, the asking price control is not displayed in the app. If it does, then the asking price control is displayed in the app. So then only this particular, if that particular control is having any value, then only it will display, otherwise it won't display. So for that, this particular property. So same like there are so many properties, so many functionalities. Okay, we can use lookup function for searching something, filter function for again filter some group of values. Okay, then there is like vertical galleries to display or horizontal gallery to display data. Then there is table structures. Then there are forms. Okay, we can for entering data also forms, for retrieving data also forms there. So there are so many things. Okay, this is just an introduction only. So just I'm giving you awareness about this. So Power Effects is used throughout the Power Platform, which we are using inside the Power Apps. So as mentioned earlier, Power Effects is the foundational language used when building Canvas apps in Power Apps. So it's used to control almost every aspects of a Canvas application, include defining when a control is visible. So if a control need to be visible, okay, so there is a visible property of that control. So you can make it true or false. So then there is filtering the contents of a gallery. Okay, so in a particular gallery, you want to filter, for example, price equals or price less than equal to 500 or greater than equal to 500. There is some condition based filter you can apply to display some kind of data. Then there are performing advanced calculations as well and more. Then in Microsoft Dataverse also we are using Power Effects. So it can be used to build calculated columns in Dataverse tables. So Dataverse, already knows it's a table only. So there, if you want to apply some calculations or calculated columns you want to create, so then Dataverse Power Effects we can use in Dataverse tables. And then there is Copilot Studio. Copilot Studio, just now I have shown how to create agents. So there also we can use Power Effects formulas, which we are using when building our topics in Copilot Studio. So they are used to do things like set variables, then create advanced conditional logic. So for example, a restaurant can use Copilot Studio to build a Copilot, which can take customer reservations. So customers may only make reservations a maximum of 14 days in advance. So using Power Effects, you can verify that the reservation date requested by a customer is within the next 14 days or not. Okay, so this kind of filtering, this kind of formulas you can generate by using Power Effects. So if it not, then you can provide the user with feedback that they are not within our reservation window. So these kind of things. Now let's move to the next. Describe how Power Platform works with M365 applications and services. So organizations around the world use Microsoft technologies in their enterprises. So they often use M365 as their email and productivity platform. So there are some connectors we are using in Power Platform are Office 365 Outlook. So this is for, okay, if there is an email configurations we are using in Power Platforms. Okay, so then Office 365 Outlook connectors we need. Then OneDrive is for storing flat files or any kind of images. Okay, so you can keep OneDrive as a connector. Excel. So there are some communications between like data transfer communications. So for example, you are just taking data from Excel and store in SharePoint, or from taking data from SharePoint and store it in Excel, or send it through the Excel. Okay, so for all that requirements, this is based on the requirement. Okay, Excel connectors there. Then there is SharePoint connectors. SharePoint connectors normally for in Canvas apps, okay, maximum we are keeping our data sources in SharePoint. Why? Because it's not a premium connector, and it is mostly most of the users can use without any other further licenses in an organization with SharePoint and Power Platform. So administrators, managers, and end users can use these connectors to become more productive. So many organizations still use Microsoft Excel also to run entire departments. So Excel's formula capabilities and the ability to create elements such as charts, pivot tables, make it easy for managers to keep track of daily items. So these kind of things also we can make it in Power Applications, that is in Canvas app. Any doubts on these two topics? We have covered business value of Power Effects, then how Power Platform works with M365 applications and services. Can we move to next topic?
Hello, Seena.
Okay.
Just to be clear,
Sorry?
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, just to be clear, that effect per se, can it be referred to as just function?
It's
Can it?
yeah, tell me. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. What you were asking? Can you please repeat?
All right.
But Paul, Seena is asking if you want to repeat your question.
Oh, I'm saying the effects, like the effects in our previous slide, if it can be referred to as a function.
Power
No, power
effects.
S, if it can be power function or something. I just wanted to be clear of that because the
Effects.
FX is just talking about values, values and syntax.
Yeah, it is like formulas. Okay, how formulas we are creating in Excel? Yeah. Do you know Microsoft Excel?
So,
Yeah,
it's clear.
there how we are creating formulas. Same here. Okay, this is a bit advanced version of Microsoft Excel formulas, we can see. So here we are seeing it as the low code language. So normally a programming language, how you are learning like C sharp, C, Java. Okay, so these kind of programming languages, you need to understand the syntax, you need to understand the commands. There are some way of typing also, like, okay, so we need to provide a terminator symbol also there. So there are some symbols, there are some syntaxes. Okay, so there are some like functionalities we need to follow, right? But for here, for power effects, we don't need to do all that stuff. Okay, so some a very few functionalities you need to understand, and you have a logical mind. Okay, then you can very easily create an application by using power effects. So these all are like, okay, kind of some functionalities. So for example, is blank is a functionality. So by uh, hearing the word itself, okay, you can understand like, okay, is blank, that means there is something blank. Okay, so we are checking something is blank or not, right? So here, if is blank, okay, property name is the one that particular control. Maybe it's a text control. Okay, so that label control. So label dot text. So if that label dot text is having some values, then only that particular control has to show. Otherwise, it should not show in the application. So this is the thing. So in this way, you can configure power effects. Power effects is not a function. It's a what we can say functions. We can say like a plural form of functions, a group of functions or group of formulas. We can say it is like that. I hope it's clear for you.
Yes, please. It's clear. Thank you.
Okay. Can we move to next topic? Explore how Power Platform works with Microsoft Teams. So here in Teams, you can have Power Apps application. So Microsoft Teams fills the need for many organizations. Like it provides a central point where users can collaborate with other users. They are having meetings. They can manage projects and more. So one key advantage of Microsoft Teams is how extensible and adaptable it is. And Microsoft Power Platform is the innovative gateway to rapidly build Teams compatible applications using low-code attributes. So you can deploy, you can create applications and you can deploy it in your Teams as well. So whoever available in Teams in your organization can access this application, and you can provide a kind of restrictions also, permissions, by applying some permissions based on the user's job roles and the access level of the data. So all Power Platform components also can be used with Microsoft Teams. So here example like Power BI. Power BI is one of the component of Power Platform. So Power BI tab for Microsoft Teams adds support for reports in the Teams workspace and allows users to share interactive Power BI content and collaborate with others in Teams, channels, and chats. Okay, so if you want to show some reports in your in your Teams channels, okay, some group of users you want to directly show the reports, so you can publish your Power BI reports in that particular channel. So that is that much flexible it is. Then there is Power Apps. Power Apps also. Power App in Teams provides an integrator. So this is another service itself. Okay, Power Apps app in Teams. It will provide an integrated experience for app makers to create and edit apps and workflows within the Teams itself. So they can quickly publish and share the apps with team members. So there you don't need to worry on that. Okay, so a particular group members only you need to, so that is also very easy. So when you after completing your application, you don't need to worry about like, okay, share it with a group of users there. You need to create some group of users, or you need to add users in your Power Platform environment, and then only can share. No. Okay, so you can directly publish it in Teams. So the members can use the application without having to switch between multiple applications and services. So for example, a company might create an incident report application which can be accessed directly from Teams. So when a user needs to report an incident, they can do so without ever needing to leave Teams. So directly in the Teams itself, they can access the application and they can communicate with it directly. They don't need to go into another platform to access the service, access the application. Now the Power Automate also, you can very easily create automate repetitive work tasks directly within the Teams environment with the Power Automate app in Teams. You can trigger a flow from any message in Teams and use adaptive cards within Power Automate. So additionally, also you can build flows to customize and add further value to Microsoft Teams from within the Power Apps application in Teams. So some messages like, okay, so maybe you missed or some messages that is very important for you. So you want to store it somewhere. Okay, then you can provide Teams workflow. You can just create Teams workflow. So from there, it will trigger and will copy whatever the messages you want, and it's where you want to store it. Maybe you want to store it in OneDrive or in a flat file or wherever. You can store by using Power Automate in Teams. Then Copilot Studio, you can create, manage, and publish conversational agents easily from within Teams. Yeah, you can share agents with other people in your organization to chat and get answers also for their questions. Now Dataverse for Teams. Again, Dataverse also, the tables for Teams also, it is a built-in low-code data platform that empowers users to build custom applications, boards, and flows directly in Teams with Power Apps and Power Automate. Just to go through this link, okay, you can have like it's a good reading. So there are some examples also given. So please go through that. And there is a click-through demo. So you can just accessing Power Platform components from, so just here it is. So this click-through demo guided tour is to demonstrate how Power Platform components can be accessed from within Microsoft Teams. So here, let's start with a user who works for a real estate company. Here, items such as Power Apps, then Copilot Power BI reports can easily embedded inside the Teams channels. So here, select Teams. Here it is. And then embed items such as Power Apps. You can see over here, real estate showings, real estate internal, and property intake. So these are the examples. Now here, select the real estate showing tab. Okay, so here you can see it is a Power BI report. and it is having some data. Okay, so in this way you can have, there is a pie chart, there is bar diagrams, okay, there is map, regional map as well. Now here hover over on the visualization just. Okay, so here it is, a flyout will provide some basic details. So here it is. You can see according to that each click. Okay, so you just select the particular data you want to see. This is so Canvas applications connected to the Power BI dataset can be embedded in this report as well. So this way, this all are in Teams itself. Okay, you don't need to go in Power Platform and see the applications. Okay, and you don't need a separate accessibility. No, so here in Teams itself, okay, they can easily view. Then another one, real estate internal. So this is a sandbox. So the tab has been configured to display a model-driven application. Okay, used by back office users. So select the site map, select the real estate properties, and this will display list of currently active real estate listings. And here select a particular property. So select the specific details about the property will be displayed. Select the showing icons. So here you can see the related details section also will now display. And here Canvas apps also can be embedded inside the model driven apps. So this is also another functionality or advantage, or we can say it as a feature of, okay, we can embed Canvas app inside a model driven app to enhance the application functionality more. Now another tab, select the property intake tab. So in this instance, it has been configured to display Canvas application. Okay, so this is a Canvas application for real estate. Select the search control, and here, okay, we are just typing something. Okay, as you provide text, the list will filter based on the contents. The examples you have just seen represents just a few of the ways. Okay, so this is the way. So there is, you can see a click-through demo. You just experience this also. So you will understand more about this. Any doubts on this?
Yes, Seena, thank you. I heard you say Canva app, and I hear you say modern-driven applications. Do you want to help us distinguish between the two of them, please?
Yeah, there are, we will go in very detail. Okay, so these two main applications normally we are developing in Power Platform, model driven application and Canvas application. Model driven application is completely based on the table which we are having. So for example, here we have here in this Power Platform environment, you can see these tables. Okay, out of this table, so here any table you can see, this is data verse we can say. Okay, so any of these based on this table, if you want to create a model driven app, okay, so you can have a model driven app for that. So for that, normally model driven app, it is not a design oriented one. Okay, it will just show like a table as it is, and there, okay, for each table details, and then there are some forms also, related forms and related table views. Okay, you can see, you can just see in model driven apps, but in Canvas app it is, okay, design oriented. So in the previous demonstration I have shown that, okay, so there is, we can add multiple screens, we can add different layouts, then different fonts, font types, font colors and all. So that is in Canvas app. But in model driven app, we cannot do all these things. We can only like a kind of rough data showcases. Okay, so that is model driven app. So here, before creating any applications, tables or anything, so firstly you need to have a solution. So that is the best way of creating an application or developing an application. So here I'm just creating a solution, example solution. Okay, and a publisher, you need to have a default publisher normally we are using, or else the CDS default publisher. So I'm just taking CDS default publisher and version. Okay, so here no need to do any other things here, just create a solution. So this is a container again. So environment is a container which holds, which is having all the applications, all the solutions, multiple solutions it can have. So inside an environment, you can have again, okay, containers, that is, which holds like, okay, for different requirements, you have different tables, different applications. So make it as a single unit, one particular requirement. So for example, like you are creating a Canvas app for inventory purposes. Okay, so then you can just create a solution first for inventory, and inside the solution you can have the applications, tables, okay, agents, okay, flows, that is the workflows, etc. Okay, so in this way you should have to create applications or develop applications. So here, now go with this, and here you can see when app you are selecting Canvas app, model driven app, page, three types directly it is showing. Canvas app you already know, so okay, it will redirect to your Power Apps Studio portal, and there you can add more screens and edit whatever you want to do. Then there is the model driven app. Model driven app, if you are selecting, so this is the way model driven app need to create. And now here, example, model app, and here you don't need to provide anything. Description, if you want to provide, you can provide, then just create it. So this is the way model driven app will looks. Okay, it is complete. Okay, you can see over here. Now if you want to add a page, so just Dataverse table, dashboard, custom page, web source, or navigation link, it is asking directly. So if I want to add a Dataverse table, so already available Dataverse tables will be listed. Okay, so here it is. So if I'm going to just add this account, okay, show in navigation, just click and add. Okay. So here there are like it will show the my active accounts. Okay, so if you want to, you can see the filters already available. Okay, so all accounts, if I want to see, so here it is. Okay, the data also available, and here you can see the status. Okay, now here if I want only accounts influenced deals that we won. Okay, so there is nothing. Then there is active accounts. There are something for active accounts. Now my connection. So these kind of, okay, filter data you will get. Now if I want to add, okay, so this way you can add more data also through this model driven app. Okay, so here you can enter the data and save and close. It will add the data into your Dataverse tables as well. And from here, if you want to add the flow, okay, so you can create a flow. So here there are some default flows available. So then that means that it's a default table only. Okay, so there are some default forms. Okay, default flows are there. So based on that, it will show. So here, if I'm going to create a flow, it will take a little bit time to redirect me to go there in the Power Automate and create a flow. Just loading. Okay, so yeah. Now again, if you want to add more tables, okay, so this is now only one table we have added. Now we want to add more, so here you can see database tables again. Or if you want to add some dashboards, okay, so here you can select which type of dashboards you want. System dashboards only we are having, because in Power BI I didn't create anything. So if you are having some Power BI reports or dashboards, okay, so it will show over here. You can select that. Otherwise, you have to create and then add in the model driven app. And here, if you want to edit the form, so here it is. Okay, so for example, like some fields you don't want to show in model driven app. These are all the fields available in that particular table will show. Okay, we don't want all these fields. Okay, so we only want some particular, okay, so for example, account name, font, website, okay, that's it. So the rest of the things you can disable also. So this is again based on your requirement. So this is we are calling model driven app. Model driven app completely uh, it will deal with the data only, not any kind of design purposes or any kind of like a fully fledged application you won't get. Okay, this is completely with the data. So if you are looking for only for data requirements, some kind of like dealing with the data only, there is no design oriented things we are adding. So then go for model driven apps. Is it clear, Joseph? I will give you more demonstration on model driven apps, that is in the upcoming units. We are going to discuss these things. Hello.
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear. It's
It's
very
okay.
clear.
Okay. Now coming into Unit 9, describe how Power Platform works with the Dynamics 365 apps. So Dynamic 365, most of you knows maybe it's a set of intelligent business applications which help organizations to run their business and deliver greater results through predictive AI-driven insights. So from finance, intelligent order management to sales and customer service, Dynamics 365 has various enterprise resource planning, ERP, and customer engagement applications there. So these many kind of applications we are using in Power Platform tools also we can use along with the Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications. So model driven applications are not the only component of Power Platform used by Dynamics 365. So we can use Power BI, Power Automate, Copilot Studio, and Power Pages also. Okay. So all Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications are model-driven applications only. So these applications are based on a data model store within the Microsoft Dataverse. And this model-driven applications are built using Power Apps. So components such as forms, views, charts, and dashboards we are using to present data to the end users. So this is the direct link between Dynamic 365 and Power Platform. So you can see all the Dynamics 365 customer engagement apps are built in model-driven applications. So not only model-driven component we are using in 365 applications, we are using these components as well. Power BI, we can connect Power BI to Dynamic 365 applications to gain important insight into an organization. Then Power Automate to create business process flows. Copilot Studio we are using for intelligent agents, okay, which is a regular part of customer support organizations. Then Power Pages, many organizations provide customers with the self-support options. Power Pages is it's nothing, it's just a websites only where we can add more pages. We can there are some already available templates. We can use that also to create websites. So that is Power Pages. We can use Power Pages also along with the Dynamics 365 applications. So this below image shows an example of Power BI dashboard displaying work order which was automatically created. So the visualize in Power BI feature used is built into model-driven applications such as 365 Field Service. 365 Field Service is one of the application of Dynamics 365. So there they have used Power BI feature to just for visualizing the data. So you can see the example here. Is this clear? Any doubts? Dynamics 365 applications? How Power Platform works with the Dynamics 365 applications?
I think it's clear enough, Seena.
Sorry?
I think it's clear enough, Seena. That's cool, straightforward.
Okay, it's clear. Okay. Now, how Explore Power Platform apps works together? I think our time is up. We can do this on next class. And here, okay, we have another one more module, and there is an assessment also. Assessment is like only 4 questions having some multiple choices answers. You should have to answer the appropriate answer. Okay. For these questions. That's it for this first unit. So 2 more unit left. So I will explain that in the next class. Is that fine?
Absolutely, Seena. So I want to thank you very much for taking your time again today to walk us through all these loads of it. We will try as much as possible to revise all this. And we see people joining also remotely from LinkedIn, from YouTube, and so on.
Okay.
So yeah, so thank you very much. I had to even do a repost on my LinkedIn just so you can have a notification when you are done with the class. So we truly appreciate your help, and we are looking forward already for the next one, of course. So thank you very much again, Seena, for your time. It's just 1 minute past the schedule for us, so you were still on time actually. So thank you very much.
Yes, okay, Joseph, and thanks for giving me this opportunity as well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
I truly appreciate this.
yeah, it's